I'm moving along through the convention centre now, and I've seen a familiar face and a voice that's been on Star Wars Sessions once before, the original Stormtrooper, Chris Bunn. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And Chris has been one of the kind of the guiding lights in getting this convention up and running, haven't you?
Yeah, I am one of the organisers, yeah.
Yeah. And first thing first, thank you for giving Essex another convention.
Okay, it's my pleasure.
And how's it been today? How's football been? And
football this morning, very, very good.
Yep.
Very good. Yeah, obviously it's lunchtime now, so it's got a bit quieter, but
everyone's going to get their fish and chips on the pier, which I can see behind me. It's not a bad view from looking out the window to Southend Pier. But for those who remember, myself and Luke, who couldn't be here today, we spoke to Chris before at Nerd Base. He was desperate to go home and see his family, have some dinner, and watch the England game. But I've got him today because I've seen his array of photographs. I spoke to him about this last week a few weeks ago at Nerd Base. But it's to do with the infamous headbanging scene in A New Hope. Now, Chris was the Stormtrooper in front of the infamous headbanging Stormtrooper. For you, who was the Stormtrooper that banged his head?
Laurie Good.
And what was it? For those listening, how do you know that? And what's your evidence for that?
Well, I haven't actually got any evidence, but as I say, I remember being Laurie. Yes,
that's it.
Yeah,
because it was the documentary. Obviously, the Jamie Stangham documentary. Chris was on it. And Laurie was on it, and very entertaining documentary. But at the same time, it was, for Laurie, it probably wasn't the best news. But that got me thinking, and I remember when Chris told me about that, he knew who it was. I just wanted to ask him about that because you've always been fairly definitive that no, this is who it was.
Yeah, it was Laurie. Yes, 100%. Yeah,
100%. Well, there we go. So Jamie Stangham, if you're listening, it was Laurie. But again, just for those who maybe didn't hear the first interview we had, what was it like working on that first film? Because as I've said to Pam just now, it wasn't what it is now, like in terms of a huge global franchise, was it?
Well, basically, for us, it was just a day's work.
Yeah,
it's like, it was quite a few days' work actually, but yeah. So we got paid for putting the costume on.
Yeah. And what did you think of that costume when you saw it? Because if I remember rightly, you were the body sculptor, weren't you?
Yeah, it was actually moulded on me. So yeah.
So didn't they have to lay Chris down naked on a table? Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, and shave my body. Yeah.
Yes, he had to shave. So for the role, Chris was shaven all like head to toe for the role and had mould poured on him.
That's right. Yep. Plaster of Paris all over me. Yeah.
I can think of worse things to do. But so every Stormtrooper. Armour you see in the first film is based upon
they're clones of me, yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. So Chris not only is he the original Stormtrooper, he is the prototype for the armour as well.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's something I didn't know until the other day when we were having a couple of beers in the pub. But okay, then last one. Then, looking back now, what was the best part of working on that set in particular?
Having a good laugh and joke with Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill.
Yep.
They're lovely people.
And how much interaction were you allowed? Was that allowed? That's the wrong word. Were you afforded with them?
Well, in between takes, we always sat together. We always had lunch with Mark and Carrie.
Yep.
And because they were really, really nice people. They're sort of like, as one of your own. There wasn't sort of like they weren't aloof because I'm a star.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Harrison Ford was okay. All you got out of him was a good morning, but he was a lot more professional than the others.
Yep. At least you got a good morning out of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he came across as a nice guy, but I think it was his first big major film.
Yep.
And I think he was trying to be professional by learning his lines, learning his moves, and things like that.
That's right, because I know, and because he worked with Lucas on American Graffiti, so he was the one that George Lucas almost brought along with him to be in this film. So I imagine there was an element of him trying to impress the boss as well.
Oh, absolutely, yes, yeah.
And I remember you said before as well that George was always courteous and polite on set as well.
George was good. Yeah, George was come across a really nice man. I actually didn't get directed by George.
That's right, yeah.
Because most of the scenes that I done were the battle scenes.
Yep.
And they're what they call a second unit.
Yes.
And you had a special battle director who specialised in filming battle scenes.
Yeah.
So I done most of them, but as I say, I never actually got directed by Lucas at all.
But you were there and helped him create what it's become now, and also you were there for one of the most infamous scenes in what's become film history. So that's part of the legacy as well. And you're the original Stormtrooper, and you're the prototype for the armour, which isn't a bad legacy to leave behind.
No, I suppose not. No.
Chris, honestly, thank you so much, mate. And also, once again, thank you for bringing a new convention to Essex and to Southend as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.